What's up, my dogs? This is Brent with Right Side Rides. I am on a 1999 Daihatsu Naked Turbo, and the next step is this little air, it's called a hood air guide, just a little piece of foam. And as you can tell, after being 26 years old, it just falls right off. So what I did is I looked up the part number. Now, if I recall, the actual part number for this vehicle was something different, but this is from, I believe, a Daihatsu Move, and here's the part number that I used, and it's an original OEM Daihatsu right there. But if I put it up here, kind of like next to the one that's on there, you can tell that this one's a little bit thicker. That's not a big deal because either it's probably lowered its how wide it is because of the age, but this one is a little bit thicker, but that's not a big deal because it'll just go ahead and bump up against this the intercooler, and it'll hopefully get a better seal. You can tell where it comes together right here because all it is just one long piece. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this off right here. What I'll probably do is take off the bolt there and there, and that's probably a 10 or maybe a 12 millimeter bolt. I'll take that off. I'll clean this off and with some rubbing alcohol, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, here's an update. I did take off majority of the foam itself, but it does have this tape right here that is on the bottom of the seal that kind of stuck onto here. So I did put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it and a razor blade, but for the most part you can just peel it off, with your thumb, just slow and steady. It may take a little while, but that's okay. I did take off the two bolts right there and there, but then there is this little cap right there that I don't really feel like dealing with it right now, because it's made of plastic and I don't want to break it and cause any type of issue. So I just kept it in place, and then I can rotate this as I see fit. I do have a moving blanket, so that way all the old foam doesn't fall into the engine compartment in which I just cleaned. So I will be updating you in a little bit. All right, as you can tell, when I started going around the edges with this new seal, as I expected, it is from a different vehicle, and like I said, I believe it was a Move. So this is a little longer than what's meant for the Naked, so I'm just going to take a razor and I'm just going to cut it right here, so that way I can try to make it as flush as possible. Thank you. All right, and here we go. This is the final installation right here. I got everything bolted back up, and I did confirm those are two 10 millimeter nuts that go on there, and like I said, I just took those off and I rotated it based off of that little plastic clip right there. I didn't want to take it off, but I think it looks good. Will it affect any performance? Not necessarily, but I am selling the car as a flip, so all these little things just add up, and it just makes it look better, so that way the new buyer of this vehicle is just one less thing that they have to deal with. And I did get the part off of Amayama, and I got this hood seal. I did get that clip right here, and then I did get a front motor mount, all three parts and shipping to here in Texas for about $152. And most of it was because of the weight of the motor mount, which I have not put on yet. I may or may not get to it today, but I will make a video of it. All right, hope this helps. Thank you.